good afternoon. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. This is just a very small glimpse of the topic that I may not be complete up to now. Please apologize for that. The topic I chose is strategies for individual development, and it's part of the organizational behavior. I'll just walk you through. Yeah. First, let us understand who is an individual part of an organization. In my views, or whoever, anybody looks at an organization, I will start from any stakeholders in the organization. They all are individuals, like CEOs, CTO, anybody. And who is an individual? I'm just explaining here. Individual is part of one or more functions, like society. This is a very common sense. I mean, I have a society nearby. I'm living in a neighborhood, so I'm part of the society. So I'm an individual, so I contribute something. Maybe I would help them, or they would recognize me. That is one part. The second part is family. I'm part of the family, so I'm an individual. And the last one is organization. I'm part of the organization, so I'm an individual. That would sound like who is an individual. And what can individual do? The individual behavior, I mean, whatever he can influence, I mean, whatever the position he takes. So wherever he goes, like, I mean, if he has towards the negative or positive, it can impact the organization where he belongs. So I'm talking about top to bottom, like even a CEO, if he behaves, I mean, if he is going towards negative, the organization will behave negative. I mean, he is dragging it down. So the individual can influence the group where she belongs to, and other groups. I mean, they belong to the next group, next level. And the group, between groups and the same group, they can influence either way, negative or positive. And the group belongs to all the groups belongs to the organization. This is a structure I'm putting together. So the organization finally gets impacted if the groups doesn't perform, an individual doesn't perform, or they are not conforming to the organizational goals. So that's what I want to. This is just an
individual is one who don't have any direct reports.
Anybody.
See, an individual can be an individual himself. He can be. It's an entity. So it can be a group, a society, a family, organization, anything. It's an individual unit. That is what he's trying to say. And here, what is in the most simple way, what he says is the individual impacts the group impacts the organization. It can be the other way, okay, upward or downward. The organization can impact the individual. Next slide.
The strategies available for an individual to improve. I mean, to improvise.
Yes.
These are the strategies I could find. I mean, there are many. I mean, the popular ones I could figure out. The first one is 360-degree feedback. This is what bigger organizations they practice. Like even I was part of it, and it is very, very result-oriented. I could see, and SWOT analysis, the self by self. I mean, this leads to the organization level, and because the team together, other groups also you get involved, and they will appraise you. So it involves organization level. The second one is self-analysis. SWOT analysis. I will talk about it.
What is SOAR?
SOAR will talk about that.
Layers and bricks, right? Layers and bricks.
I have to apologize.
I think it is SWOT analysis.
Not SWOT.
It's a SOAR analysis.
Yeah, SWOT
Okay.
analysis. Actually, generally, when I did it, it's a lame excuse, which I didn't spend much time to read that slide.
MBTA means layers and bricks.
Layers and
Yeah,
bricks.
layers and bricks. And this is the
Define
behavior.
models.
All three are behavioral,
Yeah.
and this is more of a self. And how do you work on it? Like,
It's more
yeah.
it's like instead of saying
SWOT
strengths,
opportunity and
weaknesses, opportunities, and strengths, and
SWOT is more towards I would say like
organization
yeah,
as a whole. But here it is just
So, Jay, I have one question.
Yes.
How 360 degree feedback? Okay. Suppose 360 degree feedback is feedback employees are giving to the managers.
Yes.
So how serious the general manager will take our employees' feedback to take action on a manager? Because always in the service-based company we have seen that managers will take action on the employees for their fault or for not having their faults. But if you give the correct feedback of the manager, that will go to general manager. So,
His question is, how seriously is the subordinate's feedback taken?
Yeah. Actually, it all depends on the individuals. I mean, that's what I say. The individual, like part of the organization, maybe let us talk about 10-member organization. One individual doesn't do anything. I mean, he is pulling the organization negative. That the organization may go to completely down in a year or something. So the same thing, if you take about the 1 lakh people organization like Wipro or any, here it doesn't affect. I mean, maybe 1 or 2% of the individuals, they may behave like that. Your situation, what you explained, could be like one general manager may not be giving the right feedback. So you would have been affected. So that may not happen everywhere. I mean, it's a very negligible thing, but that is your part of your luck, I would say. That's one thing. And this is something it was interesting, so I picked up SWOT analysis. The individual is here, and the strength, he has an opportunity, and he has an aspiration, and it all results into what is his career or what is his growth. So that's what we'll see it in another 2-3 slides.
One of the exit interview, exit analysis, like at the time of
That is for the organization. That is for exit analysis. Exit interview. It will help for the organizational analysis. Next.
Bit elaborate, I'll just go over it. See, what is SWOT analysis? I mean, strengths, opportunities, and the aspiration and the results. So the strength, how do you identify the strength of a person and an individual? Like if I really look at me, what are you really good at? I will look at it like what are my good qualities or what I'm good at. Maybe I may be a salesman. I look at my internal strength. So that is what I have to identify first. Then the second thing is what skills do other people recognize in me? I mean, that is very important. I mean, others should, like, it's a recognition. You have to get recognition wherever you go. Like, others should say, he is very good in this. Like, something that is very important. So, all these qualities will bring out your strength. Then the second thing, opportunities. You see, you have an opportunity. Is there a future team project that would allow you to learn new skills? I mean, you look at the opportunities to learn because you have to develop yourself. So that is very important. So these are the points where you can bring your opportunities. I mean, you can improve, grow your opportunities, and build more. I can just next one. So the aspirations, and I'll take the first point. What do you hope your professional future will look like in relation to enhancing in 1 to 2 competencies? I mean, you identify 1 or 2 competencies, like maybe you are a technical champ or you are a business manager, whichever it is. Just to pick some 1 or 2 and just work on that, improvise it, and that will help you aspirations to come true. And do you want to write well? I mean, this is another way. Like, you just think through all this will help you to grow yourself. And the results. See, how will you measure your development in the 1 to 2 years coming? So if you pick all these 3 and you just must measure yourself in a period like maybe 6 months or 1 year period, and you will come to know you are seeing the results or not, whatever you practice. If you don't find it, then there is a problem. Then you can rework on that. That's what it says. And define what success means to you and determine. I mean, success can be anything. I mean, it is just if I present this and just go walk out, maybe I can say call it a success. But does it make an impact? That is what we have to understand. So, like every aspect, like maybe as a madam, she delivers lecture, but she has to see, like, get a feeling, okay, I have done the job, but it has to like carried over. That's what you have to see. In an organization, then as an individual, if I am performing a job, any job, like maybe I'm a HR, but there should be some people has to be satisfied, and I am by myself satisfied. That's what the result. So then you have achieved. Then later on we can go on to the rewards, recognition, all those comes automatically. That's what I would say. And, last one. Yeah. These are the generic points. Just to improve yourself as an individual. Evaluate self. Like you have to know who you are. That is very important. Identify the gaps. What are the gaps? Like what you are lacking? Maybe communication gap or whatever it is. Like any soft skill or technical skill or anything. Just find out the gap. Motivate yourself and groups. Like you have to be, you are playing in a group, so you have to motivate them, and as well as yourself first. You have to motivate yourself. Then identify the weak areas. Just find out the weak areas where you don't do well, and try to work on that. And understand self. Like you have to understand who you are. That's very important. Otherwise, you just go and come back 9 to 5. That's not going to be worthless like for years, 10 years from now. Then don't get caught on external environment. I mean, that is what dragging you to make a decision. If you are a decision maker, the environment will make you fall back on your decisions. So you have to be very careful on external environments. So, like let us say, for example, like maybe you had a small argument with your family and you are just driving to work. Just there are other activities. Maybe you can just sit there, meditate for 5 minutes, and then get into the job. Then, if you'll perform better. I mean, those are the aspects. And other things, as a leader, I mean, as a leader, also individual. You are also an individual, so should understand the dynamics of power. I mean, the power, politics, and authority. You have to be very careful on using them. I mean, you can't just like that, okay. Yeah, it's very careful and balance it and you apply it. And ready to accept change. Any change in an organization, you have to be ready to accept. You can't be adamant, not I can't do that. So that is very important. And continuous learning, you have to reinforcement. So you have to keep on learning because you are living in 3 eras. I would say that if you are in an industry, in a company, organization, you may be at least spending 2 or 3 eras, I mean generations. So you have to keep on updating those. That's what. Anywhere you are putting, maybe sales or whatever it is. So these are the generic points I'm telling, and I think we're done. Next. That's all.